Hello friends, welcome to the Angular 8 tutorial. In this tutorial we are going to work with parameterized route in Angular 8. So basically the parameterized route means we can pass param or the parameter to the routes. So basically in the Angular we can pass the parameter with two different type of method using the route snapshot, and another is the router observable. So basically in parameterized route, take a parameter property which accept one value, but like after 4.0 the param map came in market, which is introduced like after the 4.0 Angular version, so which accept get method and the get all method. Like if you want to pass only one parameter, then use get. If you want to pass multiple parameter, then we can use get all method to pass the multiple value. So that's the difference for the param and the param map. So basically the difference between these two, like type of the method to passing in the route, like route snapshot. So basically what it do, it basically give the snapshot of the current route. Like I'm going to navigate from one component to another component, and we are passing some value, then it take the snapshot of that current route. So if we change anything to the parameter, then it doesn't reflect to the browser. So that is the drawback with using with the route snapshot. So overcome this problem, router observable came. So basically what it do, using the subscriber, it overcome the snapshot problem. Like we have seen in the previous tutorial, like if we are going to communicate between the component and the server, then we use the observable and the subscriber subscribe. Like if a response is coming from the server, we capture that response using the subscriber. So that is the basically two type of method we can pass the parameter to the route. So basically we in this example we are going to implement an application. Like we will have a student list which will contain some parameter like name, id, age and address. In the first page it will show like id and name. When we will click on this more info, it will show the full information of the student, and we will have a one back button. When we will click on this back button, we will be back to the previous page. So basically when we will click on this more info, it will take the respective id and will go to the another page, and it will show the result. So let's implement this logic. So this is the basically a example in the Visual Studio Code. So let's see what currently is showing on the browser. So currently on the browser it is showing a normal message like welcome to the .NET Office app. So that normal message it is showing us currently. So yeah, that's it. So we are going to implement the scenario which we have discussed just now. So what we will do, so first let's create the component. So what component we require? We require two component like ngGC student. That is the first component. And another component what we will have, we will have the student list. So let's create that ngGC. I'm going to create a student list. So in this student list we will show the full information of the student. So we can see here like student and student list, two component has created. Now what we will do, we will create the service. Like through service we will communicate, and then we'll create a one file to hold the property of the student. So let's create the ngG as for service and give the service name. Like I will give student service. So it will create a two files, like one is the service file, another is the specification file. So we can see here. So now next what I will do, I will create a one file which will hold the student property. So student detail.tf. So here what I will do, I will take property. So export class, and what I will give name, I will give std details. So here I am going to define, one is the id, that is the number type, name, that is a string type. Next is the age, that is again number type. And next I will take the address, and that is the again string type. So that we have defined the properties of this student details. Now what I will do, in this service class I will create one dummy data which we are going to show on the browser. So let's create that. So after this I will take one variable first. So student info, and the type of this student info will be the array. And that what kind of array? It will be the property which we have defined in the file, like we defined here. So I will copy this, so there will not be any mismatch in the name. So it will be this type, but we are going to show the multiple data, so it will be the array type. And now I will assign the data to this. So I will show like ID, and I will give 1. Next is the name, and I will give the name like name1. Next is the age, and age I will give as a 20. And next is the address, so I will give like Bangalore in the string. So I will copy it, and I will change the name like 2, here name 2, here I will give as a Jaipur. So here it is giving because we didn't give the reference. So let's give the reference first. So that is the thing. Now what we will do, we will create 2 methods in this service to get the student detail based on the ID and the full information. So that I'm going to create the 2 function here. So let's create 2 function like get student details and multiple information. So we are going to take like using the observable. And what kind of this observable, the type of this observable is student detail, and that will be the array type. And inside this, what we are going to return, we are going to return the observable dot of, and what I'm going to return, this dot student info. So let's import it. It will come from Rx JX, and off will come from import from, it will come from Rx JX add. So here it is not coming because no need to write this because we are not importing any value. So add, and then we observable, and then off we are going to import. So that's the thing. So that function we have created. Now next function we will create to fetch data based on the ID. So get student details by ID, and what it will take, it will take the ID, and type of this will be the observable. So what kind of observable? It will be the same. So I'll copy it, and it will not be the array type. And inside this I'm going to return like this dot, I will return this thing but based on the ID. So for that we will do map, and inside this we are going to create a one lambda expression like find, and based on that, like what I will find, like where this ID equal to the ID which we are passing in this function. So here we have done with the two function. Now next what we have to do, let's now go to the component page. So first in the app.module.ts, what I will do here, I will take the service which we have created here. So let's copy this service name from here. Go to the app.module.ts. Here we have to register under this provider and import it. So that's the first thing. Like if we create any service, we have to register under this app.module.ts. So that is done from here. Now next what we have to do, we have to go to this student page into the student component.ts, because from here we are going to click on that, like here we want the more detailed link. So those configuration we have to do under this student component.ts. So what I will do here, I will take one parameter first, like student info, and the type of this is student details, and the type of this is the array type. So reference we have to give. So that's the first thing. Now in constructor I will take one service variable, because we are going to call the service functions. So that's the first thing. Now next what we have to do, we have to call the function which we define under this services. Like here we define these function here, so we are going to call these methods. So let's create one function here first, get students, and the return type of this will be the void, and inside this what I will write, this dot service, because I am going to create the service function, and get student details, because I am going to call all the information which we have of student, dot subscribe C, and this dot I will assign all those value inside this student info variable which we have defined here. So that's the thing, like in this variable which we define here, all the student information will come. And now what we will do, we will call this method inside this ng on init. Like once this will call to this component, it automatically generates. So at point of that time it will call to this method. So again the return type of this will be the void only, and inside this I will call this dot get student. So that is the thing from this component class. Now what I will do, I will go to this student component.html, and inside this I will define the like information of the student. So first I will change it like student information, and here I will take one UL, and inside this I will take li, and over this li I am going to make a loop, let info of the variable, because all the information is coming into this variable. So I'll copy it and I will make the loop. So I will write like id. So some information I will show on this page, and when we will click on the that link, it will go to the another student list component, and it will show the full information and the name, and here info dot name. And now what I will do, here in this line I will show a link, and the type of this link is like more info. So inside this I will create a router link. So let's create this router link, then we'll define this router link name under this app.routing.module. So let's create the router link first. So router link, and give the name for the router link, like I'm going to give student details. And what it will take one parameter, like based on the parameter we are going to show the information, full information of the student. So it will accept one parameter. So we write in this way, like if any router link which take the parameter we define based on this comma. So that is the thing. And here, like as I explained, if we use any router link we have to use the router outlet as well. So inside this router outlet. So that is the thing that we have done from this page. And I will take one more thing, like a router active link. Router link active. Router link active, and I will give it as a active. So that's the thing. Now what I will do, I will define this under this app.routing.module. So before defining this, let's create a functionality on this student list page. So go to this student list.component.ts, and here we are going to define it. So here I will take one variable as well, like std, and the type of this will be the student details, like std details, and I will initialize like this. And in this constructor I will take variables, like first is the private, and I will take like route, and the type of this is the active route, like we have seen the active route in the previous tutorials, like how we create. So active route, and I will take another variable of the service, because we are going to call the function based on the ID, and this type will be the student service. So let's import these two first, and I will take the one more variable for the location. What it will do, when we will click on the back, then it will go to the, so what it will do, it will when we'll click on this back button, it will go back to the student page. So let's import this location from the import and location, and from where we are going to import it, from Angular common location. So basically location come from Angular common only. So that's the thing. Now next what we will do, we will call the function based on the ID related. So let's create that. So but before that, what I will do, first I will create a button, like for go when we'll let's go to the first student list.component.html page. So here what I will do, I will define the parameter which we are going to show on the browser. So let's take first ul under this li, and here what I am going to show, I am going to show like ID, and we have taken the variable inside this, like this std. So based on this we are going to show, like in this std we are going to define the values. So let's copy all this. Here name and age and address. And here it will come. So that's the thing. Now here we will take a one button for go back. So I will take that in a div, and here I will take one button and I will write this button name like back, and here I will create a one click event on this, and let's create a function for this like back. Now so here we have defined all the property and one button. So inside this page I will implement that back button first. So let's create that first, like back button, and the type of this is again void. Here what I am going to do, this dot location dot back, like what it do, the page we came, it will return to that respective page. Now what we have to do, like in this page when we are going to come, like when we are going to land this page from this student, it will accept one ID, and based on that ID it will show the data. So like here we will show the data based on the that we have learned, like snapshot and the observable. Using those two we will learn now like how we can show the data. So what I will do, like for defining the data we have to take means we have to write those functions under this ng on init. So how we will write this? So let's implement that logic. So we are going to show that data like this dot service, like through this service we are going to call dot get student detail by ID, and inside this we are going to parse, like based on the integer we are going to take, so we have to parse it, and inside this what I will take, this dot route dot, under this it will come as a snapshot, and dot how we are going to pass the data, param dot id. So that is the way of assigning the data, and then we have to subscribe it, and this dot std which we have defined, and inside this we will assign the data. So that is the logic which we have to write, like what we have done on this page. Like we are going to call that respective method that we will call by id, and we are converting to the integer, and what we are going to converting like this id. And how we are taking this id? We are taking this id using the snapshot as I explained, and then we are subscribing and taking the data into the local variable, and that variable we are assigning into the HTML. So now next thing what we have to do, we have to give this path under this app.routing.module, so that we have to define. So here I will define. So like we already have seen like how we define the path inside the app.routing.module. So let's create. So how we define, like path, and we have to give the path name like student I will give, because this we have to define, like if anyone click on this student, it should show that respective component. So comma and component, which component it will show? It will show the student component. and next I'm going to take path and student details, and what it will take the ID. We pass ID, or we can say we pass a parameter to the path using this kind of query string. Then comma, and which component it should land? It should land on the student list component, and by default we will give a path, so by default it should redirect to the student page. So for if we want to land on the like a default path, if we are going to give, then we have to give it as empty, so it will go to the respective component. So redirect to where we are going to redirect it? We are going to redirect it to the student, and path match should be full. So that's the thing, like we have defined the path in the app.routing.module.ts. Now what we will do, when it will land to this student .html page, so from here when we will click on this link, it will go to the student list component. So now what I will do, under this app.component.ts, like here we have default, like I will go to the app.component.html, and here what I will do, I will create a one link for the student. Like I will take a one tab, there we will show the data. Like when I click on that tab, it should show the student data. So what I will do here, I will take a one tab using the Angular material. So mat tab bar, and inside this I will take the link, and the link type I am going to type like mat.tab.link and router link, and I will give the name as a student, because this variable we have taken under this app.routing.module for the student component. And here I will give router link active, and I will give it as a active, and here I will write like student, and here we have to take a div, and inside this router outlet. So let's compile it first. So ng sir. So by that time it will compile. Let's see what we have done as of now. So first we created these two components like student and student list, and then we created one property class. Here we have defined all the property of the student like ID, name, age and gender. So let's close all these tabs so we will understand it properly. So that property we have defined, then we created the services. So here in this services, first we have created a student dummy data, like this is the student dummy data, and then we created a two function to get the student information, like this is the for full information and this is for based on the ID. Now next what we did, we import this service under this app.module.ts, like we have registered this service under this app.module.ts under the provider array. And next what we did, then under this student component.ts we are calling the full data, like we are going to show the full data on this browser, and then under this student list we are going to call, like when we go student list component, here we are calling student information based on the ID, but we are passing that parameter using the snapshot. We will see passing this parameter using the observable as well in a bit. And next we have defined all these things into the HTML page respectively, and then we have registered all the routing module, like we have defined the path for in the app.routing.module. So it's compiled successfully. Now let's go on the browser and see what and how it is working. So currently on browser we can see like we have a tab, and by default it is coming on the student page. So we can see here like we have shown to information, ID and name, then the link. So same it is showing, like when I click on this, it will, we can see on the URL it is coming to the one, like this information and the full information showing of the student. When I click on this back, we went to the previous page. So like this. So this is the way we can define the parameterized route. Now what I will do, let's go to the Visual Studio, and here like currently how we are showing, we are passing only the one data here. Now same data we can pass, means we can pass the multiple data as well using the get and get all. Like as I explained, like get only take one parameter and get all take the full parameter. So that we are going to show now. So for that, let's comment it first, Control KC, and here I will take like this dot service, because first we have to call that function, and dot get student by ID, and inside this again parse int, because we have to parse it, and then this dot route dot param map. Like as I explained, like first param was there which take only one parameter, but later after Angular 4.0 param map came which take one value as well as the multiple value using the get method and the get all method. So what I will do here, we are going to pass only one method, so we can pass get, and what it will take the one parameter as a ID, and I have to subscribe it. So this dot std, and I will assign the C. So currently it is saying like get does not exist. Okay, we have missed one thing, like it should take using the snapshot. Like as I explained, we are going to work using the snapshot or the observable, so we have to use those. So snapshot, so that is the thing, like we have defined, and we are taking like get. If we want to take the multiple data, we can use the get all here. So now let's save it and see on the browser. It should work as it was working previously. So it is compiling and loading the page. So when I click on this, we are going to the respective page. So it is working as expected. Now similar thing we will do using the observable. So let's comment this line first, and here let's create that like this dot route dot param map dot, first we have to subscribe it, and then inside this what we have to do, like take as a function. So inside this we have to define like this dot service. Like now we have to call the function like get student by ID, and then % first dot C dot, because here we have defined it, so it will take the, like as I was saying, like it take get or get all. In get all we can pass the multiple information, and in get we can pass the single value. So that param map give the functionality to us. So C dot get, and what we are going to pass, we are going to pass the ID, and then we have to subscribe it. This dot So again it should work as it is working just now. So let's go on the browser, and when I click on this, we can see like it is working as expected. So that is the thing, we can define it. Now same thing we can use like in this way, using the subscribe. So what I will do, I will comment it first. This dot route dot param map dot subscribe and inside this dot service dot, and here we will define %c dot subscribe c this dot this variable name, and we are going to assign the c. So like if we are going to use only the param, then we have to remove it first. So this dot route dot params and then subscribe. So let's see on the browser now. It should work as expected, like in the similar way. So we can see like it is working as expected. So basically this is the way, like we can use either the snapshot method, or we can use the observable method. And in the snapshot and the observable, we have two type of things, like using the params only and param map. And what is the difference between the param and param map? Param only take one variable, instead like param map take like get method and get all method. Like using this we can define the multiple value. So that is all about the parameterized route guard in Angular. So if you have any question or doubt, please comment. Thank you.